Shalom, shalom, y'all survivors. Hebrew Israelites toss up the home. Once again, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, head to the east. All play the Lord too. Federal Hebrew tongues, great name of Heavenly Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. And shalom to you brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. Hey, we come here to talk to you today, and hey, the forecast is war. You know, that's the whole atmosphere, the whole temperature, everything. So far, you know, Putin is making his move. He's gathered back what's his. China set back in the cut. They wait for him to make his move. See how successful it is. If the U.S. and NATO don't jump in, they're gonna go for Taiwan. You know, so all these superpowers are now gathering back what's theirs. Like everybody's stumping their nose at Babylon the Great, aka America. America's at this freaking point right now. So right now, as everybody's watching that, right now that's a rumor of war. World War III ain't hit off yet, but we're in the beginning of that. You know? So what we heard for the proxy was, hey, temperature coming, you gotta get ready for it. So I'm gonna come with this is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down to the valley, to Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them, they're for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So that's why this thing is going on. That's why we're getting ready for World War III. Because Yahweh Shai has gathered back his people, man. He making petition, he want his people back. So he gathered all the heathen nations up. They're all gathering up. They're gonna go to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in Israel, you know. They gonna all bang against each other, but hey, in the midst of World War III, who's gonna show up? The house guy gonna show up, you know. Then they're gonna try to work with the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, and it ain't gonna be good for them. That's when they're gonna snatch all their crowns up and put his crowns on his people. So hey, and when that kick off, you're gonna have war going on over here. You're gonna have nation versus nation. The race war is gonna kick off. You know, especially when inflation kick up. Not only that, like inflation, gas prices spike up. Hey, everybody gonna panic. We in bug out season. And in the midst of this, you got the race war is gonna kick off. You know, everybody that's like the women that's been living all lavishly in pleasure. These 2/3 Jakes think everything gonna go back to normal. You know, everything is okay. That's why they're easing up on the little restrictions. And it's gonna hit them all of a sudden. And then right now, Babylon the Great is talking what? They talking peace and safety. Like, oh man, don't worry about it. Putin losing the war. You're gonna go back to normal, you know, turn on some NBA, and it's all good. You know? And it's gonna hit them like a bad bricks, man. We looking at they forecast, we looking at $5, $7 of gas worth of gallon. You know, that's gonna cause you to panic right there. You know, the famine is setting in, the shelves is getting shorter, so we're going into some heavy times, Josh Rollins. Like, these people about to bug out. And then, like, it's gonna be war. It's gonna be little food wars, little proxy wars, wars on a little bit of food that's left, you know? So, hey, really, it's time to prep yourself and get ready for what's to come. Because if you caught up in this, you know, we ain't gonna be in peace and safety. Everything gonna go back to normal, and it ain't gonna look good for you.
It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It said, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as a veil upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Hear that? It said like a woman that travailed with a child. Yeah. And they said these dudes gonna look like they about to give birth, man. They're gonna be in straight pain, anguish, because it's gonna be such a disappointment. because they was promised that everything gonna go back to normal. You know.
You notice how it says as the veil upon a woman with child. Like when the doctor gives that woman that do say when that child is gonna come, it's not necessarily saying that that child is gonna come. Sometimes it comes 2 weeks early. You know, and it says as the veil upon a woman with child, it's gonna come unexpected. Okay, and you shall not escape. Okay, so when it comes, it's gonna catch you off guard and you're not gonna be able to run.
Well, I thought what I was about to say, Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Take no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and how about God, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. You know, you ain't built up in this truth. You don't understand what the true will of the Heavenly Father and Son is. All right? And you don't have that hedge of protection these times to come, you know, you ain't gonna have whatever your carnal security is not going to hold up unless you have Yahweh outside, all right, as your protection.
Notice how you say in thy security. That goes back to what God just brought up in that peace and safety. You think you have security, where we tell you really don't. Okay, the Lord, the rumors of war is on its way. Okay, and you know what? The scriptures also said that come down and sit in the dust, O daughters of Babylon. Okay, because you know Babylon. It said, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." You know, Babylon is considered America, aka Babylon Great. A lot of people thinking that America is gonna be safe. A lot of people think Americans ain't gonna be touched, but we telling you it's not. It's according to the prophecies of the Bible.
I got Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Look, that never made sense till now. Now it makes sense all day long, man. You see in the beginnings of World War III now. The nations are gathering, you know, it's at the point now, you know, a lot of people, these women starting to see it like you can't dispute the scriptures no more. You know, we already had a First World War, World War II, now 3 is kicking off, man. Putin already, he done started it off, you know, with the Ukraine invasion. So you can't say it ain't happening, man. So now Babylon's running their propaganda machine, trying to, you know, go as business as usual, you know, and China in the cut, setting back, you know, they wait to make their move. And that all goes to Revelation chapter 6, because that's their red horse. And that red horse's job is to take peace from earth, which is war. And then the third woe, hey, Babylon the Great will not make it through this, man. The third woe is being made to destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. That's the whole reason it's happening. Because this place has spread wickedness everywhere, you know, with their Babylon Jews, with their philosophy. They destroyed the whole entire world, man. They're trying to spread the Momo campaign, straight wickedness, man. Because really, Esau is in total rebellion against Yahweh Shah. You know, and the Most High is mad at those that destroy the earth. So this war is getting kicked up, so he can take away the people that's in the current rulership. Esau know it. Like I just did a lesson. Hey, what she say? The tides are turning. You know, she got like, I can't breathe, but you can't swallow. Hey, that's your privilege coming for you. And I can see it in my plantation, man. Like, hey, we had some Edomites quit. You know, I think they quit. They ain't been there a couple weeks. You know, so hey, he feeling it, man. He knows they're done. You know, this they last call for alcohol, man. And you know, that's a good thing for us. That's why, like the ox said earlier, you need to be in this truth to get that hedge of protection. Because this thing, hey, Jacob's trouble. That's what's gonna kick off Jacob's trouble. Gonna be World War III. When it kick off, man, it's gonna be like Chase Road. You know, people gonna be running the streets. You have troops running around. UN troops. You know, you gonna see people having gunfights in your front yard. That's what you're gonna see. And if you had that protection, man, it ain't gonna be looking good for you, man. So it's gonna kick your dough in. You know, have their way with you, ravage your family. So that's why, like, we don't just come out here and do this for our. Well, we do it for our health, but we don't come out and do this for no reason. You know, we're here to warn you. We're here to let you know how bad it's going to get. And then we're here to let you know what you need to do in order to get yourself an opportunity to be saved.
It's all written, man. It's all prophecy, man. Whatever was written before time was written for our learning. I got to flip it. This is 2 Ezra 15. I'm going to read, start at 1 and read down to 7. It says, behold, speak thou in thy ears the words of, so like it says, speak thou in thy ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And that's pretty much what we're doing, man. We're speaking into the people the words of prophecy, thus saith the Lord. It says,
and cause them to be written in paper, for thou art faithful and true. And everything that's written in this book is faithful and true, man. The Lord said it's going to happen. So these rumors of wars and those and war and famine and pestilence and chaos and all hell breaking loose, that's written, man. It's going to happen. The Lord is not a liar, man. He's not one that should repent. This is verse 3. It says, fear none of the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speaks against thee. For all that is unfaithful shall die in unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Just like what the brother was saying, man, that all this wickedness going on in the earth, man, it got to come to a head at some point in time, man. And it's written in the scriptures when it's going to happen. If you feel a pulse and the vibration of the planet Earth, you can tell we right around the corner. This is the last verse. It says, therefore saith the Lord. And that's the Lord's word, man. We're speaking the Lord's words, and that's going to happen.
Matthew, we'll back that up. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. It says, for then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So, you know, it's like how I try to say right there, you know, hey, the times we come into going to begin sorrows, a time like never was since the beginning of earth. All right, and unless it's for the elect's sake, then there would no flesh be saved. All right, that's how bad these times are going to be. As Ezekiel chapter 7, I'll start at verse 5. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh power, an evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, and watch for thee. Behold, it is come. The same chapter, verse 25 says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
That's what the Lord said, put on therefore as the elect, man. Hey, put on therefore as the elect. Hey, you got nothing to worry about. You're doing everything in your power to please the Lord. So whenever all this chaos and calamity, so hey, you should be able to sidestep. Put on as the word comes to trust with the word.
I got a precept, man. Like, this is where you should be at. You know, I'm glad the brother brought that out. Hey, destruction is coming to this place. You ain't in the right mind, right spirit. If you ain't in good standing, hey, you're going to be destroyed. There don't if and buts about that. You know. So this is Psalms 91 and 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So, hey, that's in Psalm chapter 91, man. That's all about protection. So that's why we do this, man. Because we know the smoke that Yahweh is bringing. We know the riches he bringing, that he bringing. So with that, hey, we've been prudent. You know, we hiring out ourselves in the cheapest place in the whole time, man, the house of David. You know, we making sure we fit Psalms 91. That way, like the scripture said, won't no destruction befall our habitation, you know, our dwelling, you know. And then that's just for us. It's for our loved ones, you know, for the family that's around us. You know, you got to pray for their protection as well. So we don't just do like because I get a lesson on that. We don't just do this for us. We do this for our seeds as well. You know, the Most High said, hey, if I give you protection, I'll protect your seeds as well. You know, Lord willing, that's in the you know, the script.
And you know, the blessing will be upon you and your seed from generation to generation. I'm trying to get that as well. Okay? I got two questions right here, man. One y'all can break it down, but this is what the oxy y'all was going into is us getting that hands of protection. We got to listen and we got to take heed to the words of Yahweh and Yahweh. And that's wisdom. All right, and I believe the Octagon just mentioned it earlier, where it said Jeremiah 28 and 8. It said the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay, so then the war of evil and pestilence. This is what's going on in the scriptures. Okay, and there's another one in Ecclesiastes where it says, generation is past and another generation coming forth. So right now we're talking about the generation of Esau is getting ready to come, and Jacob is getting ready to follow. Okay, now I got another quick one. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8. And he says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth.
Right. They go back to like Job 9:24. You know, earth is given to the hand of wicked. All right, you're highly in control of, you know, the rulership. Who rules on this earth? You know, we understand the time we're in. It's a wicked time, but you know, hey, that time have an end, and you know, we about to witness his devil coming out that great wrath. You know, referring to Revelation 12 verse 12. You know, because he know he had but a short time. But I got one real quick. Revelation chapter 19 verse 10, and I fell at his feet. It's John, you know, talking to the angel, and I fell at his feet and worshiped him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brother that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, and that's the right spirit to be in. All right, the spirit of prophecy. You know, you got these wayward doctors, bugged out, you know, churchgoers or whatever. They in you know, some off spirit. You know, we in the spirit of prophecy and bringing it out. All right, because that is the times we're in. You know, the end is come. All right, and in order to prepare, you know, mentally and build up spiritually, you have to know what is coming around the corner to be ready for it. You know.
So I got a quick one right here for you. I think since you brought that out, this is Romans chapter 8 and 2. It said, for the law of the spirit of life and Yahushua has made me free from the law of sin and death.
That's what we're trying to escape right now, man. Y'all about to say, I'm trying to escape death. And right now, like what you read earlier, that pale horse is about to go out to come death, man. And it's going to start at the house of Israel. You know, Yahweh Shah mad at his people, man. They've out here been a bunch of degenerates, you know, Tatianas, you know, the Pookie and Ray Thug and gangsters, man. They degenerate, man. The most about to do a cleansing process. And the cleansing, the best way you can do it is judgment. You know, you about to reset this place and you about to set it right. And to do it, you got to do it in, you know, a way that most people can't imagine, especially some old plantation Christian. They can't imagine. No, my God. You know, they say that a whole lot. You know, my God don't kill people. You tell you, hey, the man of the Lord is a man of war, man. He comes with blood. You know, we got to recompense. You know, blood was shed in this place. Blood got to be shed to cleanse this place.
That's the thing, you know, you try to tell one of these Christians, you know, the Lord, he killed, made alive, and they think God is all love, but then they start getting mad. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you get mad. You know, you think the Lord ain't mad?
Kind of like Jeremiah posted up in this thing in the group chat. That one camp dealing with that old drug head dude. He got mad, pushed his brother.
Oh, yeah.
He talking about, my uncle's a Roman Catholic. My uncle's a cardinal.
Brother,
so
Fisher turned 100 from us.
yeah, he damn, yeah. Dude pushed down, and he trying to defend Christianity. He ain't like he a Roman Catholic.
Yeah, I can't think of the other brother that got pushed, but yeah, I seen
Northern tribe. Yeah, you seen that? I'm like, damn.
That's Northern tribe.
Yes, I'm like, so these bug outs, and don't think, how you still trying to defend Christianity, man? That's how you know people bugged out. See, they're getting angry. He got mad because he knows his doctrine is toe up. He knows the truth. So all that he can resort to is violence. You know, so, you know, for us brothers in the truth, we got to look out for that. People going to be mad when they come out and they realize that you know, Babylon the Great done lied to them.
It happened to us before. A little while ago, man. The dude walked up to him with that stick and they walked in his hand like that. And knocked that camera off.
Them brothers, I watched them. They always have. They're right there on the beach in California, San Diego. I think they always have people coming up, like the brothers say, they think a lot of agents, always because they're right there in a real big fucking spot. Yeah, kind of run them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Remember that time? Yeah. Right after they do that,
the police said that on the block. You know what I'm saying? For him to think he was police like that, I think they could look back and knock them brothers off. It didn't work. You know,
give him a little sack or something. You know?
It sounded like the fight. He came aggressive. Like he told us we got 10 minutes right by.
He said, I'm a worker of TPD. He said, I'm TPD. I got to wrap this up. We got complaints and stuff like that.
I'm going to probably give a little church so you keep leaving 10 minutes for you. That's bad.
Yeah.
God, so that's to say, hey, it is going down. Y'all strong like these people about to be upset because they were lied to, and they're dumb. Instead of them taking over the people they lied to, they're gonna go get whoever they can get. Like, you know, the dudes are ruining my day right now, talking about, you know, I ain't going back to normal. I'm about to go over there and get a piece of my mind. Yeah, that's the spirit they're gonna be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might get a jack, like, man, come on, man, come here, man. He just la la la.
I got a couple Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'll start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and say for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. As you know, being that stead as a watchman, that's what we're doing. You know, we're blowing the trumpet, warning the people. And where they're gonna hear from bear, that's on them. Blood's off our hands. All right, most of these stubborn ass people, it ain't meant for them anyway. So Lord, give them that spirit of slumber. You know, ears they ain't hear, eyes they can't see. So, you know, but hey, we're doing our parts. Verse 4: Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So, hey, we're getting the blood off our hands today, and that's what it is.
When we send out warning to y'all strong, and then like I'm looking at these like foolish people, you should see it yourself. You should see it in the atmosphere. You know, it's dominating the news waves right now. You got another country invading another country, man. A superpower invading the country. And see, while it's making big news now, everybody's used to Babylon the Great invading other countries. You know, when that happens, that's business as usual. But for another country to make a move like that, you know, they already running a propaganda campaign as if, you know, he doing something wrong and evil. I'm looking like, you invade countries all the time. What you talk about? You know, you just mad somebody else is doing. And they got as much firepower as you do. And what we're telling you, what we're trying to warn you is they're not going to stop with just that. They're just coming back. They're going to get stronger after that. You know, then the other superpower, they're going to do it too. You know, then once they do it together and they all big and powerful, they're going to look over to the West like, hey, it's time to take out that Harley. You know, did they put sanctions on you? They put sanctions on me. Hey, let's cook up and take them. And right now, they're already talking in the military. They calling their soldiers the Nintendo generation, talking about their bones are scratched. They're already saying the infantry is weak, you know? Helicopters is crashing, jets is crashing on the little carriers. Like, Babylon looking bad right now. Babylon is in no shape to fight no war against superpower. You know?
And my pop confirmed it, man. But, you know, that's why I did a lesson out there. We said, those veterans, you got veterans in your family, you talk to your veterans, man. Because they'll confirm that we talk about the military, American military being weak. My pop straight up told me, he said when he was in the military, they lowered the standard because of, you know, I guess they wasn't in war for a little small period of time. But he said while they was in training, he said they didn't learn combat, you know, combat things like that. You know, combat, they didn't learn how to live off the land and stuff like that. This was back in the 70s. So imagine how it is now. Yeah.
Them are saying we call them the Nintendo generation.
Yeah, they both. These other nations got mighty men, and we over here, and not us. But shit, that's them. They got LGBT women in their army.
Exactly.
Like how you gonna fight a superpower? Your army is half full of fucking LGBT and women, pregnant women.
That's what I hear a while back. One of the brothers did upload a video showing like the Russian Marines training, and then showed China training, and then showed America. It was a woman, and she talking about her two mamas. Her one was mama, and the other was mama, dad. You know what I mean?
Man, and you know, I actually seen a video that I confirmed that, like, the women in the military, they lower the standard just for the women to join the military. Like for the exercise, they had to be able to perform like 20 pull-ups before they can actually get in the military. But they lower that standard to 8 pull-ups. And if they can't do the 8 pull-up, all they gotta do is hang on the bar for 30 seconds. Like, come on, man. You want me to rely on that trust? You know what I'm saying? How weak? You want me to rely on these want me to put my life in the hands of people like that?
Moab breaking wood on their backs and stepping on nails and breaking stone and getting slapped with bricks. And we over here can't even do a pull up.
That's the thing. You got women in the military. You know they can pop. They're gonna bring in testosterone and men. Popping them women, they're all tired.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Most of the women in the military, they get raped too, man. That's another thing.
You don't have no you don't please your pleasure, have no sex or do nothing. Hey, that bring out the real man, you know. You gotta, hey.
Women don't get rapid, man. And I seen the girl with ticket to plantation in the National Guard. She's out. Let's say you tell us going. She out getting prepped right now. I don't know what they got going. She got sent off, and I'm looking at her. Man, I'm talking like what you just described. I'm looking at her like I wish they would send you to my door. I'll slap the hand out your hand. Yeah. Like she one of the most hard. You can tell she signed up just for money. You know, she's not combat ready to do nothing. And then that's what check out what she told me. As weak as she is, and fragile she is, she said, I don't know if she just talking. She's like, I'm stronger than some of the white dudes in the army. I'm in my squad. I'm like, what? So I'm like, I hope the next girl come to my door talking about how you had your man. I'm run right through them, man.
I'm like, I can probably take down 3 of you by myself. If that's the case.
Nah, you can. Nah, I'm talking about this is like, man, this is a sweetheart chick. You know, she ain't gonna bust no gun. Real soft spoken. And she told me she only signed up for National Guard to get the benefits. She ain't trying to go to war. She was scared, you know. Me and the elder talking to her, you know what I'm saying? She all scared. I'm like, boy, see, y'all ain't ready, man. And I'm looking at her like, yeah, I ain't got to worry about the National Guard. I got to give you interest with them. Everybody comes to technology, because them that's coming with a gun, like, I'll take them chances. Like, she ain't ready for nothing. She got to come with like 8 men. And I'm like, why would I want to go to war? And I got a squad with her on my squad. She's not going to find no nothing. She might snatch the rabbits. There might be a house full of dudes like, get over here, man. Take her little gun. You know what I'm saying? So,
I got a quick right here, man, because this all go in and kind of break everything down in a nutshell. Really, the point is in verse 27 to about 30, but I'm gonna start at verse 21. This is 25. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 25. It says, "Who changes the truth of the Most High into a lie?" We know who that is. That's Esau Edom, the wicked of this world. And it said, "And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever." Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affection, for even their women did change the natural youth into which is against nation. The natural youth, the women, sleeping around, monkey branches, what we call it nowadays. Okay, the women, having sex with other women, that's unnatural. Okay, and it said in verse 27, it said, "And likewise also the men, leaving the natural youth of the women, and burn in their lust one towards one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error which was me." Okay, you got some of them men that's in our military right now. Okay, and it said, "And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient." Okay, and he says, "Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetous, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malinating, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boastful, inventors, evil things, disobedient to parents, and without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them." Okay, and he said right here, he says you have pleasure in them that do them. That's why you have your child is putting them in the military. Okay, so but when they start going to war, how about your child gonna put the state on Russia and whoever they go to war, and he's gonna take them out. He said that they're worthy of death.
They don't be going to war with your own shot. I'm gonna bring out one that's gonna go in what you brought out the horse. The horse bringing that death. There's another thing bringing that death. This Revelation 6 and 4. And there went on another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they killed one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So when China and Russia get together, their colors are red. They're gonna have red horse. And like when both of them click up together, that's a great sword right there. You know, that's more that's a bigger sword than Babylon the Great right there. Russia got a great sword and China got a great sword. When they come together, hey, that right there, that red horse right there, gonna put out a lot of death. You know, especially when they get ready to invade Babylon the Great. Because I'm just talking to the spirit right now. I think they're gonna come through the borders, man. The southern border, another border. Like the Babylon the Great could be invaded.
I think they're gonna come through both borders, from the east and the west. I think China's gonna come through the border of Italy. And Russia most likely will come through the border from like New York and Florida and those areas like this. And you're gonna come right down the middle.
But Babylonians is death, man.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions to stand in their power.
That's part where he said that they should not regard no kings nor princes. They talking about this. We talking about before we started again. Now, you know, these bug out and shooting at the police now. Okay, you know, you got the protest. You got the truckers strike. You know, they protesting against the government. So that's right off. That's right on time right there. You see it right now. You got to do this. And you see that they're not regarding no kings or princes. That's the government. You know, the politicians, so forth.
Continue on, verse 17. It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, but because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, of the great tribulation.
Ooh, lack of bread,
famines, and destruction to come. You know, great tribulation.
And lack of bread is twofold, and that goes to the lack of money, and then that famine, you know, which is the food shortage. Okay, so they not gonna regard. They gonna run in your house. You know that. Matter of fact, we just seen news reports in Cali, man, where people are not even having for money no more. They follow people from the grocery store and stealing their groceries. So that's how that, you know, that's the prophecy right there, man. Those things are happening right now.
That's why I say rich off not they ride.
Yep. See, your money ain't gonna matter. You know what I mean? A lot of people saying, you know, what the doctors bring up all the time. He's like, you need to, you know, wear out your money and stuff like that. No, man, because this money is losing value by the day as well. So, you know, when I just said that the rich are profit now that they rap, we're not gonna be trying to say, hey man, I give you $1 million if you spare my life. No, man, they trying to come and take this whole land.
And they want to go turn everything into that digital currency, you know, and implement that MOTE. But you gotta think, you know, even now, you know, the system we have now is basically, you know, all digital. If they shut down the grid, hey man, everything going down. There ain't gonna be no stores open. They ain't got electricity, and you ain't gonna be able to spend your little money you got.
And speaking of that, when you're shutting down the grid, I was just talking to a coworker of mine who just got out of the military. He said he got deployed from the military in 2017. We was talking about those EMPs in Russia. He was saying like, yeah, no. He was explaining that those shit do a lot of damage. And I said, yo, so Russia really got those EMPs? He said, yeah, they got them.
Yeah, they gonna put chaos, man. They gonna go in the dark, man.
Yeah, and the water is on their power grid. The people gonna go, you know, they gonna die for thirst because of that. The many of us who just sit over here, don't die for thirst, man.
They're gonna create their purge effect, you know? And then when that happens, Babylon the Great gonna come and talk about, you know, I got supplies, I got this, Fort Pacific Convention Center, and they're gonna try to, you know, put that thing off here. That's when they're gonna come with that prerogative. That's gonna be the solution. People gonna be begging for it, you know, especially if you ain't built up and know what's going on. You're gonna think that's gonna save your life, you know? Because I think, man, it ain't just gonna be Russia. I think Babylon the Great gonna do it to their own self, like 9/11. Yeah. They already mess with the grid now, talking about we got too many people using power. Like, man, get out of here. all these homeless people. I said, man, Esau lied so much, but they just gonna turn the lights off. Remember we had that polar vortex in Houston? Man, they just shut people's power off, man. Like, trying to create the scenario to put people in a bad position. And then you see we got all these swords in Babylon, all these guns. Yeah. They're gonna let the people just yap each other up.
Yeah, I was doing a lesson, man, like how a lot of people can't afford to buy food, but they damn sure can buy a gun. Cause I did a lesson on this guy that was basically he get $1,000 a month. I'm like, and he can't afford rent because rent is like $1,600 a month and so on and so forth. But I'm like, with that $1,000, this man can buy an AR and some bullets for that shit. And so I'm like, yeah, we got enough money just to, kill each other. That's basically what it is.
They want you to. That's why they're handing out crack pipes.
Yep.
Your government handing out drugs, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to bring up this second address, 16 and 70. But that should be in every place and in the next city. A great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So this thing is going to be set up, man. They're going to be looking going door to door. If you don't comply, they're going to look to take your life away from you. Because like I said earlier, Esau behind the clock, man. He got to hurry up and establish his, his beast system. You got to hurry up and do it. And he's falling behind, so they got to come with Hail Marys, man. And what's going to do that? War. They got this country by war. They're going to lose their country by war. That's how this thing is going to happen. It's going to go out of their hands. I think it's already out of their hands. They just trying to do damage control and do that work to patch it up. But they got too much going on right now. The last asset they got is the people. So they like, man, we got to go ahead and do them like this, do them like that. And then, we in our bunkers, hopefully come up and we victorious. Because this thing right here, hey, war is going all out. Now, like I'm saying, I'm looking at these, like, 2/3 Jakes that are just totally oblivious. And I don't see they still oblivious, man. I'm at the plantation is listening to Jake talk like, wow, y'all. Like I said, I need to make sure to say I see dead people. Hey, I do, man. These people is just finished, man. And it's always getting to my point. I see Most High about to cream a framing of the word because it's on my spirit not to tell these dummies nothing. Because I know they can't handle it. And I ain't about to be up in the HR office. They always, Tay said this, Tay said that, man. Because they can't, they scared. You got gangsters scared right now. They putting their hope in Babylon and pray. Well, we got this, we got that, we America. And I'm looking like, dude, I'm so behind the times.
This is going back in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and jump down to verse 5. It says, "Ye are of the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. It says, therefore, let us not sleep as you others. Let us watch and be sober." Yeah,
I got a couple from Proverbs. I think this one, chapter 12, verse 15. Says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, and he that hearkens unto counsel is wise." And chapter 13, verse 4. "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." And hey, through the Spirit, hey, we led to this truth. We are hearkening to the wise. Wise don't with the apostle going down like my brothers, And hey, we all at some point in time is off in the world, in that congregation of the dead, without that breath. And we were companion of fools, all right? But hey, why you have us outside? We call into this light, all right? I mean, we have a chance, but everybody else who ain't receiving this, who fan a hand, who scoff, who talk shit, about the prophets on the highways and byways, the garments and all that. Hey, man, the people, they're gonna be destroyed. That's just what it is.
Especially
Yeah. It's what you should be laboring for. They was in the right mind, they right spirit. You should be laboring for salvation. You should be laboring, for your place in the kingdom. But they not kingdom minded, man. Nor are they like the Most High is not in all their thoughts at all.
So Romans chapter 8, verse 6. The love of everybody, the carnal mind is dead. The sixth mind is not deep.
Like
We did that. the spiritual mind, the spiritual mind, the spiritual mindset. We understand it as a carnal thing. Once you gain this really not understand, you understand, hey, how we shall shine control of our walk, and at the end of the day, hey, we're looking for what is to come hereafter, you know.
No, I don't think so. I didn't get
I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in right here. It's right on time. This second Edris, 16 to 17. What was me? What was me? Who would deliver me in those days? And see, that's the question we can answer. Who's gonna deliver us in the days. That's your how about I was shot. Now, the 2/3 ain't gonna know that. They're gonna run around looking Pookie Ray, the military. They take on all the covering, but the covering of your how about I was shot. And they're gonna be that question right there, they ain't gonna be able to answer. I'm gonna read the 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What should I do when these evils shall come? See, us built up in the truth know what we should do. We know the calling names of Yahweh was shy. You see, it said great death, great mournings, not little bit. It said great. You about to see mass death like never before on the face of the planet, man. It's gonna be like Noah in the flood when this thing hit off. Only the remnant and a couple heathens, made to go into slavery, gonna make it through this. And I'm gonna keep reading on 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's talking about 2/3 right there. With all this stuff popping off, they are not mindful of the scourges. And they're not gonna turn from their wickedness. Like you said earlier, they still gonna be thoughting it up, still selling, being a harlot, Hook and Ray still gonna be on the block, pushing a little, what they selling now? Fentanyl. They ain't selling crack no more. They don't want fentanyl and meth. They're gonna be selling that, still looking, to get the bag. And because of that, man, they not looking for what's coming, man. And like they think because they got guns and noodles and water, they're gonna be safe. That ain't gonna save you, man. I don't care how good your weaponry is. Like
they don't have that phone. Like you could be at the grocery store where no matter if you got all that food stocked up at a store somewhere. You can be at the grocery store and Russia and China can then invade right then and there. You ain't gonna have time to get to that food that you stocked up.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3 says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and learning.
Good. I'm losing paraphrase that earlier. See that the prudent man, hey, when he hide himself, what does that mean? We hiding ourselves? That mean we ain't trying to hide behind no tree or nothing like that. Nah, man, we hiding ourselves in the pavilion of Yahweh Shah, which starts first and foremost in these scriptures. It starts with a knowledge, man. You gotta have his testimony. Once you got his testimony, that puts the kingdom of heaven within you. Now you're prophet. Now I see what the Most High calls us a prophet. Because he looking for something that's gonna, be valued to him. That's why we compare it to precious gold. You know what I'm saying? We have value. That gives you value right there in his eyes. Then he can establish the kingdom on you. Because now you know the rules. You know what to do. Versus some lost person that's filled with that Babylon juice. He can't do nothing with them. All the knowledge they got come from Esau. And all Esau's knowledge is foolishness to him. So he's gonna look down like, man, you not worthy of me. And then it's gonna be so bad, he's gonna be like, hey, I never knew you. I don't even know you no more. He's gonna look like, man, that's why I said the word. All Israel's not Israel. You're gonna be so defiled, so decrepit, that the Most High gonna be like, man, I planted a noble vine. Who was this degenerate right here? You're gonna be marked for destruction. So we giving you the keys on what you need to do to renew your mind and clean yourself up. That way you get, like Akim said, have the opportunity to be saved, to get salvation.
Psalm 91 and 4 said, under his feathers. Let me see. That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite psalm right there. Psalm 91 and 4. And it reads, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. And it goes right along with that precept the brother Deshaun brought out. He said, put him in hiding himself. You gotta hide yourself in your house by sitting outside. under his wings is the best place for you, man. Hey, he ain't gonna let nothing touch you after that. Going down in Psalms 91, it says you will break it up with our hands and lift your feet, dash your foot against the stone. So hey, that's comfort right there. You ain't gonna dash your foot against the stone because the Lord got you burning up in his hands.
Yeah, like this. Dr. 15 hours with this same treatment on the comic book.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit right there. So, eating it up, man. We'll bring this out because we're going another declare right here from you. How about y'all shot? This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So this is payback for what America done did to the people, his people, Yasser Allah. That's why this place is about to be destroyed, man. And if you ain't right, if you got the residue of Babylon on you, you're going to be destroyed with it. That's why he said flee out the midst of Babylon. That means put off this philosophy, put off, everything we've been taught here. That's why I say, what's that, Romans 12:2, your mind got to be renewed.
Rise to the part, this is not your rest.
God, you gotta put on that heavily, that clean garment, that white garment, the pure garment, which goes to your knowledge of your how about your shop. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He about to bring it like no other, man. He about to bring it. This first time he brought it with water. This time he bringing it with fire. It's so filthy and dirty, he got to scorch it, man. Scorched earth is what's coming to this place, and most specifically Babylon the Great, America. This place is gonna get scorched so bad it's gonna be desolate, man. We ain't gonna be living in this place no more. The most I hate this place, and we hate this place as well. It's wicked, it's horrible. I'm gonna keep on reading on 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. So they're going to what Al-Qadar brought out earlier. Everybody done brought on this philosophy, drunk on the stuff that Babylon have kicked out. And when they do it, they'll look back 10 years later like, hey, man, why we degenerate? Why we done destroyed ourselves? Because you drunk that juice, man. And then when they do it, then they get mad. That's why Russia mad. China's mad. They realize like us taking on the philosophy of America, we done weaken ourselves, man. We ain't as strong as we used to be, man. Where this come from? So that's the Lord's vengeance been put on these other nations to destroy this place, man. Because everybody done drunk their juice.
I got one more pull up. Fire to Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Damn.
That's that nuclear fire, man.
Yeah, man.
That's the missiles that's prophesied to hit this place. It's going to turn this place into a desert land for desert creatures and animals, man. And the Lord got to cleanse this place with fire, man. All the blood that was shed from Esau, Edom shedding the blood of the southern kingdom and the northern tribe.
Right. Like Numbers chapter 35 and 33, Hey, they done defiled this land with the blood of the children of Israel, So, and how you cleanse the land that's defiled? By shedding their blood. All right. I got a couple of Isaiah 24, verse 5 says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. All right. And then 1 John chapter 2, I'll start verse 16. Yeah. For all that is in the world, the lust of flesh, lust of eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away. All right. Going into the eye on this age, Esau's kingdom does pass away. All right. The rulership of the wicked got to be done for.
I got one come right with that. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna come right at the right time. This Babylon 50. This Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take palm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Here go. Hey, number 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her Let us go everyone into his own country, for a judgment reaching unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So hey, that right there show you ain't no remedy for this place. Ain't no healing this place, man. It's been already sanctioned. It's been already declared. This place is going to be destroyed. Most High does not want to heal this place, man. So I had them jakes like, if we all come together, if we all, we America and all that stuff, you're gonna be burnt up like the ox said, man. Hey, radiation gonna burn your eyes up and your tongue. You're gonna get burned, scorched with hot fire, man. You're done with. Because the judgment is reached unto heaven. This place is so wicked. The wicked works have been fulfilled. Now it's judgment time. And that's why he told us, flee from this place, man. We gotta take off that Babylon, covering. All the knowledge of this place. And all that knowledge is foolishness, man. When it all come down and said to it, like, if you ain't got this knowledge, you really ain't got nothing. This knowledge right here is the only thing gonna stand. Like, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about no trigonometry and math and finance. This is coming down.
The wisdom of the wisdom of this world is like foolishness of the Most High. And something like the foolishness of the Most High is greater than the wisdom of this world. Something,
Yeah, I know how to scheme this dude out a couple bucks, or a chick know how to, sell some sex. Like everything, like all the ways to do anything in this place is gonna go to naught, man. I can paint a house, I can start a fire. That ain't gonna matter when war hit. When the ICP and them arrows is coming.
See, like the more better off these people are financially, really the worse off they are because they don't know how to do nothing. They can't do nothing.
They far from this.
Yeah, they just got that money. They're able to hire someone to fix their shit for them. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna seek the Lord. They go, I got so much money, I'm good. I'll just pay this and pay that. I got about 20 people on payroll with guns. I can fight everything. And I'm like, man, let's say this knowledge right here, like, man, I'm Wong, the head of Birmingham, said it best, man. Like, if you ain't got this knowledge, if you don't know this, you really don't know shit. That's vanity. Everything else is vanity. Without this, you really don't know nothing. God.
Put right here to back you up on that. This because Yahweh Shai compared all of these philosophies, and he compared some trees as well too. This Matthew chapter 3, I'm gonna start at verse 8. He said, "Bring forth therefore fruit, meet for repentance." Okay, you gotta turn back to the ways of Yahweh Shai. It said, "And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham for our father. For I say unto you that the Most High is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the tree. Therefore every tree which brings forth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire." Which goes back to what the argument brought out with those thermonuclear missiles. Okay, this America, aka Babylon the Great, is a bad tree and they produce bad fruit. So Yahweh Shai even said that tree is gonna get hewn down and cast to the fire. Okay, which is America, aka Babylon the Great.
Wickedness, devils, all the abominations. That's why it's said to be destroyed. I got a couple here. Ezekiel chapter 35. I'm gonna start at verse 3 and say unto it, Mount Seir, say unto it, thus said Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, this is referring to Esau, Edom, but mainly America. So I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, how much thou shalt, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of thy children, of the children of Israel, by force of the sword, in the time that calamity, in the time that iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. All right, it says, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills in thy valleys, and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
See, he touched the apple of Yahweh Shai's eye, man. Hey, that's a penalty for that, man. The apple of Yahweh Shai's eye is the Israelites, man. Yasharallah, and this time it's the elected Israel. in the law, it says, hey, man, if you steal it from man and they found in your hand, now you're going to be put to death. Hey, when the Lord come back, you're going to find the children of Israel right here in Babylon the Great, when we're supposed to be over there in Israel. And he's going to find us in Esau's hands, man. So the Lord going to bring destruction on this place. It's written, man.
Job chapter 21, verse 30 says, I'll start verse 29. Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. So, hey, the Lord gonna keep all these people in pretty good condition all the way up until the time the missiles hit and destroy them and this land that they are proudly so-called Americans. You know?
Hey, real put. Real put.
What's that one dude? He got like 6-7 heart transplants, probably like 100-something years old. Just so you can see this destruction, so we can pull out the defense of the rock.
They got that one devil in the iron lungs.
Somebody with a pig heart,
I seen that, man. He looked like a pig too, man.
Dang.
He might look wicked. I like he should have been combat, like I said, folks. I could preserve him so he can get burnt up. I didn't preserve him so he can get sport.
Either burnt up or get collected up and put in chains, man. Put that yoke of iron on them.
Iron in that. They get beat on.
Brother, I think when the brother was talking about, hey,
I think that's worse than fire to them.
the Lord gonna give us a spiritual power. For that leg, hey, we're gonna get that spiritual power. Hey, they're gonna be able to bring slap on these devils down too much to kill them. You gonna bring that motherfucker? Hey, get your ass on.
Hey, and Esau flexed that in that movie Matrix Resurrection. When old girl got the power of Trinity and Neo got the power at the end. When she talked to dude they called the analyzer, the analyst, she kept killing them, and then she killed him, she bring them back up, and she kept doing it more and more gruesome. So he's like, oh no, that's it, I'm sorry, do what you want to do. She's like, we didn't ask for your permission. And she knocked him off again, like, and she kept snapping her fingers and bringing him back up. And she had slit his throat, knocked his jaw off. Hey, I gotta watch that. If you ain't seen it, you seen it? Yeah, remember that at the end? She's like, hey, we didn't ask for your permission. And that's how the hopeful that gonna be, man. So Esau noted in that movie, his future. Esau know. And I'm gonna bring up precept. This is why the Most High is doing this. Like with the August brought up the precept. This is Sirach 10 and 15. The Lord have plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. This place is getting destroyed, so he can set up Yahshua to rule. He don't want Esau to rule. Esau a fool. Esau don't know how to run nothing good or beneficial. Because all he know how to do is be wicked. So the Most High is destroying this place so the righteous can rule out. And this 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them and have made them memorial to cease from the earth. So you ain't gonna have no statues of Esau, Moab, Ishmael, Ham, none of that little dogos, they little statues, Elam, none of that is gonna stand, man. All that gonna get knocked off, man. Everything they whole hair is gonna be cut off. All they gonna know is servitude. And then we gonna be set up in rulership. Israel gonna reign out, the law gonna go out. All they gonna know is, yes, my Lord, yes, a master. I picked all the greens, master. Master, they ain't over there working. You want me to beat them? That's all they gonna know. And Yahshua gonna rule out, man. That's the climatic conclusion to the matter. He want his people to rule.
That's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Revelation 13 and 10 right there, man. We patiently waiting on this place to be destroyed. There's nothing why the 2/3 and these heathens hate us. Because we waiting on their destruction. They know that. They looking like, why you ain't fighting for us and fight for this country? I remember they had an Ishmael chick on the news channel, and dude trying to get her like, man, what we gonna do about the other countries? She was like, y'all the ones that's the terrorists, you know what I'm saying? The little Edomite chick was like, you're American though. How could you believe like that? So we don't have the spirit of, we all one people and we fight for America now, man. Like I said, we patiently waiting on this place to be destroyed, man. We waiting for y'all shadow.
Man, we prisoners of war, man. This ain't our house.
Just like that Moab, that one, the TikTok street down in Moab, when they were like, they told him, they told his little boy, dude, go back to his own country.
Oh yeah.
He said, I was born in San Jose. You know what I mean?
I'll pay these damn taxes. Who gonna pay them taxes?
Oh,
yeah, God, man.
That's the audacity of these fucking devils, though. They act like they own this motherfucking land, and they come on here and stole it, you know. And if you ain't so called white, then they try to say, you know, hey, go back to your own country, which them motherfuckers come on here and stole the land. Go back to Europe.
Go back to Mount Sear. Take your ass back to your where you came from.
That's why Lord he said, you know, he set the basis of men up to rule it, you know, because these motherfuckers are the basis, the lowest. You know, I was growing up, I was around all these fucking so-called white people, Edomites. I was like, man, these motherfuckers are stupid as hell. I had to dumb down to fit in. You know, I was like, something wrong here.
Man. You can see, man. I see the plantation, man. You ain't lying. These motherfuckers dumb. They say they wouldn't even be bathing if it wasn't for the Moors. The Israelites with the Islam, they wouldn't know how to wash their ass. You know what I'm saying? They still eat raw meat. You know, they wouldn't know how to do nothing. They be crawling around like little dogs and shit. Tell them to stand up, man. Supposed to be a human. Stand up. Put this soap on. Well, after you took a bath. You know what I'm saying? What you get for that? As soon as they turned their back, they killed them. I invented soap. You know what I'm saying?
They want to push it to the world, like they civilized the world.
Yeah. So-called colonized.
Can't go down there.
Well, you came, man. You had like Max say, they had the raccoon drums or Oompa Booga. You know what I'm saying? Basis of man. That's why they got to be destroyed. You have the basis of man proud with they little monkey suit on, thinking they run something, man. They
just like what Father said in 29 verse 2, you know, with the wicked on authority, the people mourn.
They mourn too.
And the people, the earth, the animals, these devils are completely wiped out. Fucking, so how many animals have become extinct, you know, over the last 1,000 years? You know, this were examples. You know, you had millions and millions of, you know, koalas over in Australia. Yeah. And when them Europeans started, you know, coming over there to Australia, it is like half the continent had the trees and had koalas. And they done destroyed, cut down the forest, killed them all out to the point there's only like, I think they said like, you know, less than 50,000. How you go from fucking, and that was only like over 70 years.
Yeah.
Since like the 50s, you know, 40s and 50s, somewhere around that time. They wiped out the whole goddamn population.
Hey, but that's true though, because there's a lot of animals on the endangered species list. They got to lose the bald eagle.
They got the buffalo.
That's
right there, man. You know, the natives, they was surviving off of one buffalo, you know, 1 or 2 buffaloes, and they just let them on. That was it. And you know, each time they came and, you know, on them trains, just started, you know, you see it in the old movie, they on the train shooting buffalo just to start out the Native Americans.
Buffalo Bill was sitting on a mountain of buffalo skulls. I killed like 100,000 buffalo. I said, we should see buffalo run around here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This the plan. I say it's a lot of animals in the endangered species list, man, because of these devils, man. I mean, a lot.
That's the thing, you know, all Esau has basically done is took out the natural way. Right? That's why the scriptures say, what, remember the ways of the old past? You know, but through these devils' rulership, they took out the natural way of how, you know, you're supposed to survive on this earth.
And also got all kind of algae and everywhere because they just took all the fucking crawfish and they catfish out.
They didn't want to clean the earth right there.
They do everything as bad.
Yeah. The pigs, like you slaughtering all the pigs, they supposed to clean up the land.
And then you got fucking landfills full of shit, you know? And that's the thing, but it basically they made the, you know, the majority of the people throughout the earth that are dependent upon, you know, these systems to get their food, their water, electric, and all that shit, you know. And
we lost the way of how to live off the land. Right
and
now.
hey, the devil is very, very slick with it, because when it comes time to push that thing, hey, you gonna have to, you know, have that faith. Hey, I don't need no food, I don't need no electric, no water, and if I do, the Lord gonna provide it. You know.
Yeah. I say, Like you said all the time, that's why you got war right now because the Most High got to destroy this place. Because like you said earlier, that's destroying the earth. You said I'll destroy those and destroy the earth, man. And that's Esau, man. And like you put the scripture earlier, if he don't take out Esau, Esau gonna destroy everything. All flesh should be destroyed. If we continue for another 20 years, everything is going to be dead, man. These people represent death. You know, they don't know how to do nothing beneficial. I'm up here at the plantation. Wow, they can't do nothing beneficial. Only thing Esau good at is creating death and chaos.
Yeah,
you know,
lying about it. You
know? Yeah, God.
I mean, motherfuckers talking about, you know, the air, this, the ozone, that, then they fly in their big ass jets, you know, like the president fucking jet. They say that thing uses like 20 times, it puts out 20 times as much emissions as a regular fucking 750, whatever, you know. It's like, they're straight up hypocrites, man.
And they got that thing called, I noticed they cognitive dissonance. Esau got that built in. Like, Esau do something and lie, and you'll see the truth, and they'll say, even though the truth is in their face, they be like, we didn't do that. And like with a straight face, really believe that. They believe they lies. I'll be like, they like, God,
they come out of the womb speaking lies.
Yeah, that's why your hot side say, you are your devil. You are your father, the devil. You know, he was a lie. It's not the truth. You know?
They lie like breeze. Like the apostle say, you want to know how Esau lied his lips is. And they do. They lie every day. I wouldn't see anybody lie every day if I'm at the plantation. Man. They lie every day. Hey, remember we was at Oil State? Remember that one dude had that one boss, James Lucas? Yeah. Hey, he lied every single day. I think he was proud in his lie too. He used to smile. Like he'll lie and see who would believe it. I'm like, this dude's the
my sister's husband, this dude, I met some that lie. This dude, like, you got to question every damn thing dude say. like he still, one time, like, my cousin done told me what happened. You know, a fight took place, and he told me, you know, the other dude got a fight. Well, you know, after the fact, this dude come and try to tell me, you know, it was him that beat the guy up, and I was like, man, I was a little drunk, so I got mad. I was like, lie.
I already know the truth. Esau like Eve do, like you can see Esau stealing your stuff, you know, out the trunk. You like, hey man, you stealing my stuff. Esau look at you right with a clean face, like I ain't stealing your stuff. Like, dude, I just seen you. I was just organizing it, man. Hey, come on, man. The devil's something else. So hey, war is coming to cleanse this devil. That's what we're trying to say, y'all. Like, and if you don't want that smoke, you how about y'all shot? You can't stand this devil. Hey, you better get under the pavilion of your how about y'all shot 10 times harder.
Yeah. The Lord comes as deep in the night.
And he is.
When it comes, it's gonna come.
He is, because they sleep. I see why I say thief in the night, because they in the dark and they sleep. You know? It's nighttime. You know, like we say, when we see it go night, 2/3 is in the dark. They night, man. And they not paying attention. They ain't looking at what's going on. You can't tell them. You do tell them, they're going to get angry and upset. It's like they're in the metaverse. Out in the real world, they're in that strong delusion. You know? And if you say anything to disrupt that, they get angry at you. You know, you trying to tell them the same. That's why, like Elder Malcolm would say, the 2/3, they're a special type of stupid. Because they got the opportunity to be saved and they don't want to be saved.
It's like that one thing I see over that Jake was up there with the toothpaste. Y'all see that?
I see, man, that's horrible, man.
That's the simplicity of these people, man. You have to even back there and say, let's ride this. They was up there talking some dumb shit, talking about toothpaste.
That's horrible. Everybody left that church, man. Like, they talking to squirt toothpaste out. Talking about this the Lord.
He said, once you spit the words out, they don't come back. You're referring to the toothpaste coming out. Don't do some stupid shit.
It was horrible.
You have people in there. You have people in there fucking, you know, eating that shit up, man.
Amen.
Yeah. That's all that was. Amen. Jesus' name. I was like, everybody finds out about to get to death, man. They'll come out of it. You got to get dead. You deserve it too, like because they don't.
That's the thing, you know. We say the prophets, you know, bringing out the truth of the Bible, saying, hey, death is destruction. All right, you know, and they don't want to hear that, but you can talk some dumb shit that had nothing to do with anything, and you get it gathered, and people hooting and hollering, you know.
Who told that is Brother No Life. That whole sympathetic shit, man. That dude, hey, he spit crazy stuff I've seen in my life. They got to eating it up, man. Like, telling somebody to do like, God.
What's
No, that's the truth.
Speak of those things, go outside the streets, and that
have opportunities to go to the truth. God, that's the scripture, man. But see, we like this though. And the elder, the brother brought this out. The doc man, Yahweh, Shalom, this is Sirach 27:9. The birds resort unto their light, so a truth return to them that practicing her. You know, so we right now, you need to be practicing this truth. You need to be listening to this truth. You know, when the brother bring it out, you should be listening up. You need to be reading your scriptures. Like, if it ain't about the truth, it ain't about nothing, man. You know, because it ain't going to profit you nothing. The only thing that's going to save you right now is this truth. You know, the truth of Yahweh Shah. He said, I come in the volume of the book. So if you're not in this, man, hey, we in wartime. Like, if people all up there walking around like, you know, and they flip-flops, like it's barbecue time, we in wartime.
Walk down, hold hands.
Yeah, well, they man, that spirit of mirth, man. That's what he's done.
On their leg scooters and shit.
Yeah. They start walking through because they're a big ass sidewalk. You see them, they walk behind.
Yeah, walk behind the camera, yeah.
Got 1 foot of sidewalk out there. They ready to go that way.
You still have
Yeah.
They don't want to come past the truth. Yeah. Take the long way around.
Yeah. I got a couple real quick. First Corinthians chapter, I'm gonna start here in chapter 1, verse 18. Said, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved is the power of the Most High. All right, and then chapter 2, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. All right, it says, let no man deceive himself. All right, if any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness for the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Again, you know, as I say, hey, this is foolishness of preaching. Hey, we all become a fool, you know, in the side of the world because, hey, we on the highways, byways, bringing out the truth of the Bible, you know, warning the sheep, all right, and since I say the wisdom of the world, hey, that's the truth. That's the true foolishness, all right, you know.
That gonna profit. I got a quick one right here, and it's that's gonna go into what you just brought out right here. So this is Revelation chapter 13, Revelation 17 and verse 13. And it said, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. And talk about these wicked people in this world right here. They're gonna give their strength and power to the beast. They're gonna try to say that, you know, America's gonna get back great again and so on and so forth. And it said in verse 14, and it said, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, that's Babylon the Great, are people and multitude and nations and tongues. And he said, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Ooh, that shirt right there, y'all shot. Hey, he about to bring the smoke. He about to burn this whore, man. First he gonna make, you know, the other nations hate the whore. You know, they're gonna attack her. You know, everybody gonna shoot off their arrows, going to ICBM missiles. You know, and y'all shot gonna make it all hit this whore, man. That's why I said spare no arrow, shoot at her. You know, they should not miss. You know, so that's what we seeing right now, man. Right now, the beast, these other nations are hating the whore. You know, they're already gathering up to attack her. And then Yahweh Shah gonna come clean up everybody. He gonna set us up in they steed, man. And Yahshua gonna rule, man. Joint heirs with our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Lord being good. Lord willing. That's what you should be doing. Put on like the elect. He's seeking to be like the elect. With everything, the liberty you got now, that's what you should be doing. You know, everything else ain't gonna profit you nothing. You know, it's gonna come to naught. It's gonna burn up. So that being said, man, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Bashem, Shalom, Bashem, Rakatash, Juan Nasrallah, Wa Bob,
He tell
Follow
Bob
DTA
soon. Shalom. Tell the Akim Akwaf on the comment board. Shalom.